Hey, what is up everyone? And a nice fresh little crystal blue water that we're about to be exploring onto. Yeah, anyway, enough about that sightseeing already, Mario. But anyway, hey, what's up everyone? I'm Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Mario here. We are back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. So last time we have managed to able to unlock ourselves Zaz in the table tennis signals, and also we did manage to able to compete against with let's say Eggman of all things during new forms of in. I know it has been a couple of days since I actually did manage to touch upon this game since Junior Forms of on Wednesday, because as a result, we'll probably point it out during that time being. So either way, today for this episode is the fact that we're going to be heading over to the Sea Forest Waterway, and because of that, we're about to be competing against with someone else. According to the forms of this particular event is going to take place, it's somewhat in the actual Canoe Sprinting, so pretty standard stuff though for the most part, especially noticeable if you ever played London 2012 before. Well, look who it is, Luigi and Tails. I bet you want to interview us MVPs, but that's have to wait. We're about to win this event. In the actual Canoe Sprinting, isn't it? Ha 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 ha. The canoe event is about to start, but we got bad news for everyone else. We're teaming up. And we are the worst pair you've ever seen. Oh, yeah, we're basically a golden pair of pure perfection, which means there's no medal for us, but the gold. You're always into gold, aren't you, Wario? The gold medal's as good as ours. Wait, you got a problem with that? Sorry, the complaint desk is closed. We're here to win the gold medal too. You may be a golden pair, but Luigi and I won't lose. We'll see who owns the gold medal. Whoa, you two against the unbelievably awesome, totally rad golden pair? Bold of you, kiddo. School is about to be in session. Today's lesson, knowing when you're outclassed. Yeah, we aren't just taking the gold. Gold, silver, bronze, all of the medals are ours. So now we're going to be competing against with Wario and Waluigi in Canoe Double, in this case C2, 1000 meters. So as a result, if you ever played the London 2012 Olympic Games incarnation of this event, it plays exactly the same thing as how it does in London 2012, except a noticeable difference this time with multiple control types. So as a result, yeah, we can able to actually just to get away with some parts like that. So either way, and then basically we're able to win a gold, and that's pretty much about it. And obviously, much like in London 2012, is the fact that basically we have to do with a lot of timing requirements, except, although you can use the motion controls if you wanted to, but we're still going to be using our Nintendo Switch Pro controller just to make things a little bit easier for ourselves. And I think it's pretty obvious for this point too, is the fact that since we keep on used to with the Rio 2016 Olympic Games for quite some time now, since 4 years ago, and because of that though, because that game does only use the buttons instead of motion controls at all, which it doesn't make that much sense to me though, because either way though, I just want to point it out. So either way though, we have no idea why we're truly saying for this point right now, but we got ourselves our first new record in the entire Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 20... Well, technically speaking though, Sonic, we already did manage to get ourselves our new record since the very beginning in, I would say, in long jump or 100 meters. Oh yeah, from the 1964 Tokyo events, isn't it? So, my bad. What? All that trash talk and nothing to show for it? I want a do-over. You need to match my pace, Waluigi. We cause loss of you. Huh? You match my pace. We gotta gone way faster if your stubby little arms weren't so clumsy. Hey, it isn't over yet though. We've still got plenty of chances to get gold medals. What? You people are collecting gold medals too? That makes you our rivals, don't it? We can't just sit around and watch a rival take all of the gold. Yo, Wario, let's pretend to help them, and then maybe they'll let us borrow their gold medals later. Good plan, or the best plan? Fantastic, if you ask me. Alrighty, if you want gold medals and we want gold medals, then we can all work together to get gold medals. We're all gonna join forces into the ultimate golden super team. We'll do whatever it takes to win. So now Wario and Waluigi is now joining the team, so even though that should be pretty pleasant surprise there. Yeah, the more the merrier, but those two, they must be up to something.
Hey. Oh.
Oh, that's right. Bowser Jr. said he was gonna search for gold medals too. I was wondering how that's going. Well, no point in worrying. Let's just keep doing our thing.
Hey.
Sounds true, because after all, since we've already managed to play this event after all, and before we leave, there's gonna be what else? Some more question trivia tickets as far as we can able to research on. And Wario's favorite food is of course garlic, because you never knew forms of, well, ever since in Wario Land for the Game Boy, basically his favorite food is obviously garlic, which, to be fair, that it informs of in Super Mario Land 3 / Wario Land 1, that it makes things pretty obvious because that was actually his favorite food. So anyways, let's move on to the Archery Field, and that way we can able to compete for more events such as archery, as you can see right here, and well, as you can see, we actually did manage to found Bowser Jr. just in time. Hey, it's you, guys. You're looking for gold medals too, right? Didn't you come to win the gold medal in the event here?
Hey.
You bet we did. I've got tons of gold medals already. Let me see yours.
Hey.
Looks like you've got a pretty good amount. Let me count them. Whoa, hey. These are mine now. Thanks. Who has the time to win them in the events?
Oh.
Luigi's right. We're not going to let you get away with that. Can it, Tailboy? I'm going to bring these back to Eggman Nega and take all the credit. And then Vector's now showed up. Man, you are impossible. I'm going to teach you some manners. Whoa, stay right where you are. Whatever it's all the fuss here about, what's going on? And then after that scene has been done, we immediately get interrupted by the loading screen because now we're heading over to the next chapter, which is Chapter 10, A Message from 2020. Let's keep an eye on things and see what they're up to. The trick using the gold medals to go back to the real world only works right here. We have the actual Olympic cauldron itself. But we're right under the Olympic cauldron. What do we do with gold medals here? Watch very closely. These circular indentions in a wall are keyholes, you see. Keyholes? What is this, Kingdom Hearts reference? If you place gold medals into the indentions, the secret code will be activated and you can go back to the real world. So that's how it works. It doesn't matter how many gold medals you have if you don't know about this. Thanks for the summary, gents. Pretty inevitable stuff. Again, I do apologize with the dialogue error, but I must admit that I do apologize for that. Sonic? And Mario too? Ugh. Hasn't anyone told you that inevitable SS dropping is rude? Again, a dialogue error, do apologize for that. Ugh, the whole secret's out now. You two were pretty obvious with all that sneaking around, so the gold medals go here, huh? I think you get the point there, Sonic. Yeah, now we know how to use them, now we just need the gold medals to get home. Huh, so long as the secret's out, I suppose we have no other choice. We win in the event and gather gold medals before you. Yeah, we're gonna score every last one of them and then go back home. We're heading to Other Canoe for the next event. You'll better not get in our way. They really want those gold medals, don't they? Yeah, you're right. If we snooze, we lose. We got to win those gold medals before they do. So the next thing we're going to be hit over to is that I'm pretty sure the next event we're going to be hop into, before we get onto that, look at that, they actually put a realistic photo of the actual Tokyo 1964 Olympic cauldron itself. Pretty unusual for the actual Mario and Sonic game to begin with, but either way though, I'm guessing that makes this pretty obvious with the Olympic kind of trivia stuff. So, anywho though, I suppose there's quite a few things worth talking about, and that was the fact that obviously today's day is of course the 10th of July today, in this case in 2020. So in this case, next week is the fact that Paper Mario, the Origami King, is about to be releasing next week. So even then, I'm really excited about that, so you know. So you came, did you? Fine then, I'll take you on, Sonic. You better be ready because we pulling out all the stops now. We're the ones who going home. Fair enough, we just get a tiny bit serious and breeze right into the win. So now we're going to be able to compete against with Eggman. I'm presuming Sonic's going to be able to take control of this though. And basically we're going to be participating in 10-meter platform, which is kind of like the similar event as you remember from the DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, where basically every time you're able to actually just jump off the platform, we have to do the ridiculous amount of button combinations, as you can tell, and basically that the more you pull off, some more button command situations, as you can see. Like for instance, this Sonic is going to be doing a 5 button combination, but if he really wants to go after more bonus points, then you must able to do a lot more button combination sequences. Now when you've done so already, then you would able to actually add up some score, as you can see right here. Out of all the actual Tokyo 1964 events that we might able to come across into, next to the ones in the forms of the other events coming up, well, not as much until likely later on, but to be more specifically towards the end of the game, or in this case, story mode, as it were, this is by far the most difficult event that we're able to come across into. Like, for instance, for example, we were supposed to be able to actually deal with the most expertise button combinations, you know, with the forms of that particular rotating the analog stick kind of icon, that we weren't going to do it on the, well, we did manage to test that out on the demo version back in Journey Forms event last year, but for whatever reason, that it doesn't seem able to register enough. Like, let's just say, take this, let's do this button combination. So even then though, despite the fact that we didn't able to do the actual analog rotation or anything like that, so... And unfortunately for me, I seem to get screwed over by, you know, quite a few button combinations, as you can tell. And seemingly to say that we actually lost on this first attempt.
A disappointing outcome.
Yeah, no, a disappointing outcome indeed, and I have no idea why I keep pressing the home button, and as you can see that we did manage to play for a bit on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate recently, just because, you know, with, I suppose there's quite a few things I haven't discussed upon this actually, or in this case in particular, is the fact that I think I have not mentioned about this since SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Let's Play so far, especially noticeable with, I would say... you haven't mentioned about that also in Mario Kart Super Circuit recently, and that was the fact that the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate got themselves the 6th character as a DLC, and it turns out it was actually the Arms Fighter, as we all know, since Nintendo Direct Mini in March 2020, but it turns out it's the fact that we actually got ourselves Min as a female arms fighter, which originally about the fact that they're trying to able to bring out Springman. Ah, dang it! That particular button combination screwed me up. Especially noticeable, as you can tell, the rotation part is actually quite tricky and difficult. But anyway, we'll try this again for the 3rd time's the charm, so hopefully it will make it happen. So yeah, basically they actually announced Min as a fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I'm gonna say, I'm actually quite okay with that, because despite how the fact that originally Springman was going to be in Smash Bros. Ultimate as a playable character, but you noticed about the fact that he was actually still stuck in the assist trophy, so as a result, I'm perfectly okay with Min as a fighter, but at least, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how she's able to actually just to play as. But we did obviously play as her during the forms of in a classic mode recently, and even especially noticeable as some of the other online matches and stuff. She's actually pretty cool to use, especially noticeable she actually got herself the extendable arms. You know, get it? Because they actually just try to match the actual mechanics in ARMS game, so it makes this pretty obvious for that point. Although there's a little bit of an issue with Min at the moment, and that was the fact that some of the other matches that most people seem to able to come across into, they sometimes manage to able to rarely come across into themselves as a T-pose for Min. I think it might be only accessible in Spring Stadium or something like that, which, you know, not to be confused as Spring Stadium from Sonic 3D Flicky's Island or Sonic 3D Blast. But either way though, we can able to actually just leave it up to that. I'm pretty sure they might as well able to try to fix her up at some point during the forms event later down the road, specifically in 2020 itself. But either way though, we'll find us out and during at some point later down the road for the entire year. Sonic, you really did great. Looked like you really did breeze right to a win. Despite I'm very allergic to water. Eggman, don't give up yet. We can still turn this around. Ah, I was so sure of victory. How could I, with all my ignorance and skill, lose to Sonic? Could this score be worse? Or could be wrong? Again, I do apologize for that dialogue error. I do apologize for that. What is this? Oh, is that message? Power-up items on their way. Nega? Could it be Eggman Nega trying to send this out? It just said power-up items on their way, Nega, didn't it? And then we immediately go on to the next chapter because, as far as you already know for this loading screen already, and now we are moving on to, I would say, in chapter 11. So in this case, chapter 11, the items center, or sender. That's what I meant to say here. Whoa, stay right where you were. Whatever it's all the fuss here about, what's going on? This is the Archery Field. None of the athletes are going to be able to focus with you making such a racket. You all came here to compete in archery, didn't you? Because if you did, you should know I am not planning to lose. Show me all your gold medals, Princess Peach. You got a bunch of them, right? You want to see my gold medals? Well, I suppose I could show them to you if that's all. Princess Peach, don't! He's going to take them from you!
No.
Oh my, really, Luigi?
Hey.
Would you guys stop running your mouths? It's like you're trying to interfere with me getting gold medals. Don't worry about them, Princess. All you need to do is let me see those medals. Oh my, what's the meaning of this? Really? Mario and Sonic are in real trouble? That's awful. And so you need gold medals to rescue them.
Hey.
Which is why I told you to hand over the gold medals. I know, in that case, let's enter the archery event here. Yes. And if I win, I will use all of the gold medals to rescue the boys. That sounds good, right? Oh, fine. Did somebody say archery? I think I can win at that. I mean, I can definitely win the gold. I should be more confident, right? Yes. Wow, you're good at archery too, Princess Daisy. Let's compete against each other then. I'm just as confident in my skills as you are. Alright everybody, watch closely and see which of us deserves the gold medal. Alright, so now we're gonna be competing against with Princess Peach in archery. So, unlike the ones and how it does it in Rio 2016 counterpart, is the fact that rather than just able to deal with the forms of a time-based / score-based kind of stuff that we have to break certain amount of targets in order to win. Instead of that though, Mario, is the fact that we're actually going back into the classic route this time around though, by simply able to actually just shoot you arrows into the actual target as you can see here. And obviously, just like in discus throw, that before we're able to get onto the actual event, sometimes we have to deal with the forms of that practice syndrome or something. But if you manage to get the hang of it though, then you were able to actually begin the event like so. However, the biggest difference is this time around compared to the original game, specifically in Beijing 2008 counterpart, we only have to shoot 2 arrows this time around, which is a little bit shorter in comparison to the forms of the original game, and also same applies to the amount of rounds that we have to go through. That you remember in the forms of Beijing 2008 installment, that basically we always have to come across into 4 ends, or 4 rounds specifically. Whilst in this time around though, is the fact that they managed to able to only decreasing it, and it's this time around now on to 3 rounds. Which is a little bit more shorter in comparison to the forms of how it does it in the Beijing 2008 one, as you can tell. And also, as you can see right here, is the fact that since we did manage to use the special move, as you can see right there, to do that, we need to directly aim the actual arrows at the center of the target. And just like in forms of in the 3DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, then if you move on to the next few rounds, then basically the actual target might able to actually go a little bit further away from you this time around. So, even though it might actually play out pretty similar to Rio 2016 on the 3DS version specifically, but either way though, that's how it goes basically. Of course, you can able to actually play this with the Joy-Con controllers, but it might actually work out to be alright, but I haven't really tested out that much in terms of Joy-Con controllers, if you couldn't tell. I did it! I won against Princess Peach. That was tense. What a great match though. Congratulations, that was a wonderful match. I really wanted that gold medal, but you more than own it. Whatever, I'm going to take it. Give me that medal. But I won it, and you weren't even competing. I don't care about any of that competing stuff. I need it to save my dad now. Bowser Jr., we should all work together to get the gold medals. No matter who gets them, we can still save Mario and Sonic and Bowser and Dr. Eggman, even though it says Eggman though, so... It takes a lot of work to win a gold medal, and they're very precious to the people who owns them, you know? So come on, stop trying to take away something people worked hard to own. Oh, okay, I guess I'll give these back too. I just wanted to see what they're really like. Now we receive some gold medals back. But don't think this is over. I'm going to find somebody better than you guys, and then I will win the next gold medal. And sure enough, Bowser Jr. got away again. That's Bowser Jr. for you, I guess. Well, what now? We don't have any other Venue passes at the moment. Actually, I have a pass for the Olympic Boxing Center. with that pass, I could try my hand in a boxing match. Put him up. Put him up. Sweet. And on the way to the Olympic Boxing Center, and we can stop by Canoe Marine and Tokyo Skytree.
Oh.
But I suppose we better focus on the task at hand. In that case, I'm going to come with you too. I will help find a way to save Mario and Sonic. And again, I do apologize with this, some significant dialogue error, but that's how it goes basically in terms of how the fact that sometimes, you know, the actual dialogue itself can get pretty much hard to read sometimes, I must admit though. So anyways, now we're done with that, and we'll go ahead and just find those little particular familiar question kind of tickets, so that way we can able to find out what the actual locations were all about. So either way though, we can able to actually leave it to that. And Peach is wearing, red, I'm assuming? Yeah, it's usually red. Yeah, in terms of that particular clothing that she always wears or something like that, I don't know. It has been, again, quite a few days since we actually come back into this, since Journey Forms up on Wednesday. So, but either way though, we can at least try to able to accept that. So now we can go over there, and in addition to that, we also can go to Tokyo Skytree, and even the actual Olympic Boxing Center. So, but either way though, we can now able to actually access to those areas. So, I'm afraid to tell you for this point guys, is that about the fact that since we're gonna have the endings off at this point right here, so in this case, join us next time for more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Here's the fact that we're heading over to Olympic Boxing Center. So I'll see you guys until on Monday. Later fellas.